Travis Wingoodsell. Idaho Chick has forced me to make another video today. In the art of war, to avoid as many casualties as possible on your side, you must do certain things to your enemy to get them to destroy themselves, to make it so that your enemy is defenseless and helpless, so that your armies can go in and crush them. One of these tactics is to tamper with communication, such that it's not just cutting communication right before an attack, it's also misinformation and miseducation. When you put in sleeper cell spies into your enemy's camp to pretend to be one of them, and then start suggesting alternatives to divide and conquer your enemy, to get your enemy to divide themselves. And so I've warned about the onslaught of AI that constantly fails. If this were a Tesla vehicle, it gets recalled. If it's a kid's toy, it gets recalled. But, like the press all over the world who can't cover Israel correctly, AI is not being recalled. It is a malware virus destroying, revising, creating lies and falsehoods right before Armageddon strikes. That's why the enemy is not pulling it. YouTube got busted by me today. I have told the story when I worked at Blockbuster Video back in the early 2000s. Of how they used an algorithm to recommend to the various stores how many videos of a new release they were allowed to receive from corporate headquarters. They used as their data the previous year. Now, anybody who knows anything about Blockbuster Video and movies and renting, you know that a new release movie cannot be compared with any other previous movie or any other movie to come out. It is in and of itself unique and individual. There is human nature that has to be factored in. And so originally, before algorithms, rental stores, when they got started, had to keep track of the theater interest of a movie to determine how many copies they should put into their store. something a little more real and tangible. It would also help if the store managers are into movie watching, as their customers are, to also be able to tell corporate how many they recommend their store receive. Corporations don't want to make money. They kind of suck at it. Blockbuster is gone from the face of the earth right now. They wanted to make money, but they sucked at it and used algorithms that destroyed their business. Because the constant complaint that all of you who used to rent at Blockbuster Video was, you don't have enough copies. No duh. Blockbuster was late to do the monthly pass, and they still refused to get enough copies of new releases. They knew from the stats that the majority of their customers get new releases. The majority of people don't give a damn about the family favorites. Which had to be called family favorites because of the evil rise of televangelists and their great hypocrisy, condemning porn but being porn themselves, Beam and Mode, as they're involved in all kinds of immoral sex scandals during the 80s, 90s, 2000s. Right, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So even the Mormon company here in Utah got busted for a sex scandal that shut down their operation so that Hollywood didn't need to sue them anymore. Thank you, two little teenage girls. Your sacrifice on the altar saved Hollywood. God, $20. Is that what it's worth? The girls took it and did it? What the hell? No wonder you went and told your mommies. Just awful. Where are they today? Where are those two girls? They were teenagers back in the 2000s, and so it's 25 years later. So they're 35 to 40 years old. Where are you girls? Where are you? Do you watch my channel? Most likely not. Are you the 8 passengers woman? Or are you the psychologist who helped the 8 passengers woman? And so, yeah, it ruined Blockbuster. Customers were pissed, and that gave rise to the red box that decimated the big rental store franchises because they had the supplies and it was all on your credit card, so if you didn't get it back on time, they just charged your card, rather than you arguing with the Blockbuster employee about how you got it in on time despite the surveillance video and the scanning showed you weren't even close to the time to be on time. And again, remember, they were late doing the monthly pass. They wanted to make money, but they sucked at it. The majority of corporations have no clue about the one simple thing. Customer comes first. And you will make multitudinal amounts of money. And they never understand this. They don't get it. And with the stock market, you got the corporate board telling corporations, we want money. So screw your business and be destroyed because we want money. Screw the customer. We want money. Right? Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who screwed over Meta the other week. This past week, wasn't it? Wasn't that long ago. So yes, social media is a communications tool. They don't want to be called a communications tool because in America, communications is a basic, essential item that therefore must be regulated by the government. Like the phone service. No, we can't call the internet a basic utility. That would destroy us getting money. We want money. We're going to get a whole bunch of it. Unbelievable. And so, when the internet first came out, it connected the whole world. When I started, anybody been watching my channel lately? In 2014, I was in communications contact, over the internet, over Facebook, Meta, before Meta. Have you forgotten already? With a Russian girl, Anya. I liked her, and she liked me. She was doing scientific research. We got to talk about it with each other. Because I was in Paleo-Hebrew, trying to revise after being attempted to be murdered, and had just gotten back out. Algorithms have now taken over YouTube. They've always had them, but now they use AI algorithms. And so the subscribers, I can't trust them. They're projected, like the algorithms that Blockbuster uses. They're projecting what amount of DVDs a store is to get for a new release movie on Tuesdays. And it destroyed Blockbuster Video. The algorithm company should have been sued by Blockbuster to try to get their money back and keep in business. You didn't think about that, did you? Nobody thinks about suing AI. Nobody thinks about suing YouTube. There needs to be a rise of angry creators on YouTube for what I witnessed today. They have purged the algorithms now. They're purged the analytics. All my stats from the beginning are gone. They only have since last year. Remember, Blockbuster only had from last year to determine the projections for this year. So YouTube has now purged my stats from the beginning in 2014. they still have when I started on YouTube and allow me to think, oh, these are the stats from June 2014 when I did my first YouTube video. It now shows that the only people who have watched any of my videos, 8.8K videos, are old people over 65. Which means the first presidency of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints are the only ones watching my channel. This whole time, my number one video that I just repeated, which was why I went to check it. I am inspired. Is 40,000 and got shut down because the church was best. You're going to expose us, Travis. You're ruining our plot. Communications. They needed to shut down my YouTube channel to shut down communications, to warn the whole entire world of the evil of this church. And YouTube is complicit. YouTube wants you dead. The Mormon YouTube employee down in Utah County wants you dead. They are your enemy. It now only has about 1,000 views. Totaling it all up. Not 40,000. The math does not work. YouTube has shut me down. I don't know if I'm the only one involved. I doubt it, but I am the target of hate. If I am correct that this is a YouTube-wide attack on all creators, that all of them have been purged if they have lasted longer than a year on YouTube. And they, most likely, because I don't, are trying to make money off of YouTube, to be a social media influencer, to be a part of the partner program with corporations who stick in advertisements in the middle of people's videos. You clicked on my video, here's an advertisement from some other company. Who has their own YouTube channel with their own videos of these commercials that they are interrupting my show for. All to make money. Again, screw the customer. We want money. We're going to get so filthy rich. Pissing off customers. Being the butt of jokes on SNL. But because this is a business for other creators, they can now sue YouTube. You really need to if you're listening and you are a creator and you're making money off of YouTube. You need to sue. You need to do it quick. Very quick. Because my warning voice has been inspired to be escalated since last weekend. Communications, guys. When communications start to get tampered with, you need to fear and tremble. An enemy is about to attack. So, what I was going to save for tomorrow for the Trump Ice 2025 news that I saw recommended to me and would find out when I review the news sometime tonight, is that the news now is using AI to give their reports, and it's lying to you. They're giving you fake news reporting. You can't trust the press anymore. We're gonna make so much money. We're gonna screw over the customer. It'll be brilliant. We'll call it genius. Just like Trump's AI. Genius. Stable genius. Brilliant. We're gonna get so much money. So much. Screwing over customers. Nobody learns from history. Nobody learns from history. So, Idaho check. In the past, I have had others who followed me, and some of them placated me with platitudes of how great I am and how it's so awesome to watch my videos. You piss me off, but I don't ban you. But there have been those who have had to ban, despite their watching me. One of them was a female who drunk commented on occasion. You know, I let her go and just deleted her comment. She often was jealous when I talk about other women. She got easily triggered when I did videos about the church's lies about polygamy. But when people cross the line, I have to cut you off. I didn't cut off Idaho Chick. Just understand that. She's still able to watch this video if she's watching. But other people who have claimed that they were my friend, that they were learning from me, they were following my videos, there comes a point where I am able to identify you're not following me to learn from me. The church has cut off communications of Mormons from the Book of Mormon, to understand it correctly. And so everybody must relearn the Book of Mormon because of the incorrect programming the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has put in it. And I've gone over recently, repeatedly, about Section 86 of the Doctrine and Covenants. Wheat and tares. Missionaries who lie are sowing tares. Missionaries who tell the truth are sowing wheat. All missionaries claim they're sowing wheat. Really? So you're telling people about the Jewish Book of Mormon, huh? What? No, you're tares, Travis. You're illiterate, huh? No, I'm not illiterate, you are. Yeah, you're illiterate. Or you're just plain evil. Tares. Malware virus programming. If you don't understand agriculture. Agronomy. Missionaries are programming AI with false information, lies, and putting it in anybody's system, brain, that will accept it. And so my channel has been to reprogram anybody who will allow the reprogramming to take place. But you have to do it. I can't force you like the church is forcing you to have misinformation. You have to want to know the truth. You have to learn how to learn from reading the Book of Mormon. You need to know and understand how to liken the scriptures unto yourself. You need to know about prophecy and revelation and how it's not literal history. So that when it says Nephi, Mormon, Alma, Mosiah, Moroni, King Noah, Korihor, it's not talking about literal history characters. See, the enemies of Mormonism know this, as do Mormons know this. You know this. Mormons call me Korihor. They know how to understand the Book of Mormon and use it, even though they're using it wrong. Mormons are projecting that they are the Korihors when they attack me. Mormons know and understand what I'm talking about, and yet they lie and deny of knowing it, which is Lucifer's exclusive Mormon doctrine of his plan of cutting off communication. Mormons lie and deny that they lie and deny Lucifer's plan of happiness. And so, yes, going over Sister Jessica. I was going over, seeing some of my older videos and going, yeah, I knew all about the information before Sister Jessica got leaked. But nobody was listening to me. So now I push Sister Jessica because I know from the people who leaked it to me that many Mormons know about Sister Jessica. So that I now use that to reprogram Mormons who thought, oh yay, Jesus is coming. No, he's not. The enemy that come shall burn you. You didn't even bother to believe Joseph Smith. There is a warning of utter destruction upon all mankind, not just Mormons. And so people who follow me, who are not following me, likewise, you cross that line with me, you are demonstrating you are not listening, you are not following. It doesn't matter if you're giving me thumbs up. You're on my channel and you're now wanting to comment misinformation to other people. And you're being abusive at times with other people. not Idaho chick. She was not abusive, per se. But the drunk commenter on her cell phone even bit the hand that she had a crush on. Had to let her go. Same with the person who was in a ranch in Nevada, or claimed to be. See, I don't know if these people are real or if they're a 300-pound Mormon in the basement of mommy, pretending to be my friend, pretending to be female when they're male. Or the Strengthening Church Members Committee 70. I'm going to show Travis. I'm going to pretend to be his friend. I'm going to pretend to be a woman. Because the church teaches us to be sexist towards women and abuse them sexually. So I know all about how to deceive. I don't know. But as long as you are contributing, and for the most part, Idaho Chick has been contributing. When I had Jasmine, she was awesome. She got me lots of views. She's now been purged. YouTube purged her. Her comments were in the form of what she was asking questions about from her studies. She independently found in the Joseph Smith papers that I had been talking about that the 1835 Doctrine and Covenants had section 101 about monogamy. So yes, she was studying. She was not Mormon. And so you'd think Mormons would want to help her in her studies, rather than tell her, don't study, pray and get the right feeling and join and start paying. We want money! Screw the member! Money! We're going to get so much money! Seeing the pattern yet? Then Jasmine went silent on communications. James's health was such that he may have been near death. And then she went silent. I still cry to this day. I don't know what happened. Communications have been cut. And her followers no longer follow me. She was watching my channel because I would talk about what Jasmine would talk about in her comments. And now she's gone, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if she's alive. Communications are essential. It is a basic necessity. If it is not on that hierarchical list that was created by a dumbass who doesn't know what survival is, it is on mine, along with a whole long list of other things that are not on that list. And then when Jasmine was getting popular, I had another guy who had been following me, and he was only watching for comic relief from the great comedy that I performed for you guys. He wasn't interested in learning, had no interest in studying the scriptures to learn the truth. It was all about the little quick wit that I had that he reacted to. So I tolerated him, deleted most of his comments. You're not listening to the video content. Had nothing to do with the introduction, setting up for the main message. It's the main message that you're supposed to get from it. He couldn't get it. And then he crossed the line. Thought he would hit on Jasmine behind my back. Bye-bye. Gone. I hold all comments for review for that reason, to protect those who comment and are serious about learning and studying on their own, not being dependent on me. That's going to piss me off too. You're not learning if you're dependent on me for all your information. You need to learn how to learn for yourself. Idaho Chick and a number of those who have been following me are able to do that. There are certain people that their comments almost always get approved automatically. There's one who I've set up, because I finally figured it out how to do that, who automatically gets approved for his comments, because I know I can trust him. He has been with me since 2015. I can trust him. He knows and understands what's going on. He is learning, and he is applying it in his daily life. And he sends me pictures that I occasionally share with you. I have his most recent ones. I don't know if they would. Yeah. Honey Badger. TYT in their news yesterday said that the Federal Reserve Chairman was a honey badger towards Trump. So I shared that with him, and he shared a picture with me. Hilarious. Stanford, I've teased about being that close to being like that other guy. So close! And then he responded with a comment of humor. Having heard that. But Stanford knows that he is doing it right, as many of his comments are being used by me to do videos for you to warn you. And Stanford has helped with that by getting me to go over scriptures. Now that Sister Jessica has been leaked since last November, as we are in Armageddon alert time. And so the inspiration of Stanford has been instrumental in the videos that I've been doing to help escalate the warning voice for you. And for some reason, Mormons think that, well, if somebody is warning too much, you ignore them and hope they go away so that all can be well in Zion. Again. Unbelievable. So, with that in mind, Idaho chick is from a secret, undisclosed location. She's in her own private Idaho, wherever she is, a secret location. And we used to communicate. She's fun. I like her. But she's an independent, free-thinking woman, which means I don't always get communication from her. And so she's been Mormon, and so she knows, and I think she's still going to church. I am helping Mormons from within the church. Can't do that. Doesn't work. Never works, but it's always the excuse people give. I don't know what she's doing. She doesn't communicate. She doesn't talk with me. But occasionally she'll make a comment. There was a drought of communication since this beginning of this year. And then the past couple of weeks, she's reemerged, occasionally making comments. But nothing such that I could turn into a video for you guys with, like Stanford was. And so I had hoped that she had been learning how to learn, that she'd been understanding some of the errors that had been programmed into her brain by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. She is aware of the malware virus that the church put in her, and all of us. And that's why she's a free-thinking, independent woman. The enemy of the church. Gaston and Bell. What's this? Books? Thinking? Reading? Then tosses it in the mud. Cutting off communications. Leave Belle alone. You're the beast. But apparently she has not been following me during her lack of communication this year. Apparently she was unaware of some obvious, known to all Mormons, passages of Scripture. I'm gonna tease you big time for this. So, let me read over her comment. Let's see if you guys can figure out her little oopsie. Understand, she has the purple comment icon from YouTube because she has gotten the most hearts from me for her comments. She is the reigning champion for this. So, I only chastise those I love. So if I'm not chastising you, there's a problem in our relationship. We need to talk. No! I'm going to be home late tonight, dear. Sorry. I really want to talk. I really do. Okay, I'll prepare the couch for you, or the doghouse. Thank you. On the Couch. Awesome song by SNL. So, Shabbat Shalom. Okay, she caught on to the Jewish part of the message that I'm giving you guys. And a little heart emoji. Thinking of the first two temples in Jerusalem that linger in the sediment of and hearts of Israel. Yeah, everybody should. Israel is under attack to be exterminated. Today, which was yesterday, marking the beginning of the mourning period for the destruction of these sacred sites and holy places of worship. That's why I condemn Nelson for doing his video with the mosque on the ruins of the two previous temples, saying that Jesus is going to come here and burn people and convert the Jews to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Just pure evil. Pure evil. An evil that only Lucifer himself could do a video. Oh, his baby name is that, isn't it? So that's the funny thing. Nelson didn't name himself Russell Marion. His parents did. And Nelson grew up forcing their agency to join the church. It just makes it too easy for me. He gives me Psalms, I give him the law. At the top of the mountain of Utah. So yes, if I have to explain that joke from Matthew, so yes, the countdown. And I did the video in which she's commenting on. The first 17th of Tammuz. We are in the countdown. It technically wasn't the 17th of Tammuz, that was last month, because the 1st of Av was. So, this isn't really, yesterday wasn't really the marking of the beginning of the mourning period. It was the 17th of Tammuz. That's why I have the video picture in the videos of the countdown. Tammuz, Tammuz, Tammuz. Jerusalem Temple, Jerusalem Temple. Hey, Salt Lake Temple, what's that doing there? What's Travis talking about? Hebrew, what's that? We're Christian. We're waiting for Jesus. Mormons? Do or do not. There is no try. I did it. I pulled it off. I thought I had lost that voice. Idaho chick brought it out of me again. I am resurrected as Yoda. And so she then oopsies and says, I pray for prayer got screwed up by Christians. It's now a superstitious ritual practice of the idol god. So, prayers for witches are spells. Prayers for the Catholic Church are idol worship, or for idol worship, And yep, they've turned saints into idols of whom Catholics pray to, rather than to Jesus. You'd think that would get Catholics upset. Wait a minute, we got to pray to these saints and not to Jesus? And the scriptures themselves say no rote prayers, but you want us to give rote prayers, even the ones plagiarized from the New Testament. Which is awesome and Enter Sandman. Now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Or the one from Talladega Nights to Baby Jesus. And his smoking hot wife. Stuff that Christians get offended with and don't understand why you're being mocked. Because that's superstition of idol worship. The Book of Mormon fixes this. Prayer, so that you can pray always. Oh, I can't go into work today, I gotta pray. You're even preventing me from praying right now, talking to me, saying I need to get into work today. It's inspiration. You need to ponder the word. You can do that and still do other things. You're wanting to get inspiration by reading the word. And the inspiration, you need to do it. Not just get a feeling about how true it is. And when you do it, you finish. You complete the design or the project inspiring you. That is prayer in this church. At least under Joseph's anyway. That is how you pray always. But the devil delighteth in idols, and so his prayers, to replace praying always, is now superstition. Exclusive Mormon doctrine. And she is a seer. She envisions the third temple. I wanted you to figure it out first without telling you. Being built again on that holy ground, and feel it deep in my soul for the people of Israel, and as written in scriptures. I love you. But you should have known this one, especially if you've been following me, especially if you've been learning from me, not tuning me out. You're not listening. This is exactly what you said. No, you're not listening. I've been too traumatized in the previous marriages and all of the one-date relationships with lots and lots of Mormon women. Article of Faith number 10. Notice 10 for 10 virgins. What does Joseph Smith give exclusive information about from section 45 concerning the parable of the 10 virgins. That at that day, time, when the parable is fulfilled, what parable? 10 virgins. What's the parable of the 10 virgins? There's a wedding supper feast of the Lord at the Zion temple. And the virgins represent Mormons, the church. And there are those who study their scriptures and are correctly praying, getting inspiration, and making it happen. And then there are other foolish Mormons who are praying to Jesus, through Jesus, because there are Mormons who pray to Jesus. They say, screw Heavenly Father, I want to talk to Jesus. And wonder why their prayers aren't getting answered. And so the church comes out and says, oh, you just have to have feelings and everything's all better. Don't you feel good now? Yeah, but my problem's not solved. But you feel good. Don't make me go there, Idaho chick. Don't make me go there. It's a real simple fix. It's a real simple fix. Don't hate me because I love you. But Joseph Smith is doing this on purpose. This wasn't intended for the church. This was the Wentworth letter. But it got published, and so the mission president in England used it in his little pamphlet out there in England. Brigham Young wanted nothing to do with it because it's contrary to his doctrine, especially Article of Faith number 8. But nonetheless, so is number 10. But Brigham Young does believe it, just not the way Joseph believed it. Because he misinterpreted it. But notice what it does not say. We believe in the literal gathering of Israel. Not stay where you are around the world, scattered. Literal gathering of Israel and in the restoration of the 10 tribes to one location on earth. That Zion, the New Jerusalem. Let the rivers run. Carly Simon, Jew. There were a number of Jews who came to America. There were a number of people, not Jews, who came to America who believed in the Bible prophecies that New Jerusalem would not be built in Jerusalem, but in the United States of America. And thus, Ethan Smith, View of the Hebrews, Solomon Spaulding, and his version from Babylon, and his version that we all know from Rome. United States of America was going to be the New Jerusalem. That the Jerusalem temples are no more. We are going to build the New Jerusalem in America. So thus, Joseph Smith is kind of helping the rest who came here for that purpose. For that reason, there is going to be no third temple in Jerusalem. It's only Orthodox modern Jews who are still hoping for that. But there's a big debate as to whether or not they have to build it in advance of the coming of their future Messiah, or if they have to wait for the future Messiah to come and then say, go build it. Because that whole mosque thing on the top, see, they want it gone. But they know what's going to happen once they get rid of it. So they kind of want to default to their Messiah to tell them what to do in all things. They are unable to get the inspiration to study their scriptures, to learn about the coming of their Christ and when he will come. It's there for them, but they're looking beyond the mark, as the Book of Mormon tells us they do. But he's not really talking about the Jews, but is using the name Jews. Because the Book of Mormon is not literal history. Therefore, it's not the Jews that it is talking about. It is not the Nephites that it is talking about. The New Jerusalem will be built upon the American continent. Oh, Joseph, just say Southern Illinois. He would go on to do so in July 1840. Because I think this was 30s, wasn't it? Or was it 43? I don't know. If it was 43, then yeah, Joseph knew it was Southern Illinois when he wrote this. They don't tell us here in the scriptures. I'm not being cyber attacked. It was only this morning, apparently. Thanks to the 24th Holy Day weekend, screwing up his schedule. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, Q, R, S, T, U, V. The oldest kid's book in the book. Oldest kid's joke. When was the Wentworth letter written by Joseph Smith? 1842, according to the Wentworth letter in Wikipedia. As I ignore, there was no AI. I thought that was, oh, it is AI. And they're referring, oh God, and why do you have all this extra stuff? I don't want this extra stuff, I just want that. No purple stuff. So I should make sure I get this for the records. You do know the Book of Mormon talks about the importance of records, communication. Trying to preserve them from the enemy that is trying to cut off communication of the records. Put it under church. So yeah, Joseph Smith already knew it's Southern Illinois. He told us in July 1840, when he said that Brigham Young is the enemy who is going to come in the future through his Danites with his religion, destroying and murdering Joseph for, and then overthrow the government of the United States of America through the Constitution, lack of communication, destruction. Tares among the Constitution to tear it down. It's right here. You knew this. You knew this, didn't you? Yeah, you knew. You went on a mission, so you're educated. Even with the false programming, you know. You know. Why did you forget? Why did you forget? Temple. So we need to find section 45. There it is, 19. And now ye behold this temple, which is in Jerusalem, verse 18, which ye call the house of God. Not me, I don't call it the house of God, you do. And your enemies say that this house shall never fall. Wait, what? Aren't the enemies the ones who destroy the temple? But verily I say unto you that desolation, abomination of desolation, that should immediately pop into your mind, shall come upon this generation as a thief in the night. And this people shall be destroyed and scattered among all nations. Now, is Joseph Smith getting an inspiration for the Roman period time of literal history? No, no, no. No, no, no. And this temple, which you now see, shall be thrown down, that there shall not be left one stone upon another. Salt Lake Temple wasn't even conceived of yet. The only stone temple of Brigham Young's abominable church. How did Joseph know? Because this is who he's talking to you. You see it in verse 15. Wherefore, hearken, O ye people of my church. He's talking to Mormons. And I will reason with you, and I will speak unto you, and predict the future, as unto men in days of old. So he's going to use the prophets of old and their prophecy, specifically of Matthew 24, and he's going to use that for his template for prophesying to Mormons. So it's not the Jews, it's Mormons. It's not the Jerusalem temple. It's another temple in the future that is a stone temple at the headquarters of the people who claim to be founded from Joseph Smith's church. Now, granted, Idaho Chick has been misprogrammed. She did not know this. Nobody did. I just told you guys. Because apparently my analytics says nobody's been watching my channel since last year. That's when people started coming. Nobody came before. I'm brand new and somehow still have 8.8K videos. Still have 30 or 40,000 on my #1 video. Yet the analytics says that's a projection. It's actually around 1,000 to 2,000. And it shall come to pass that this generation of Jews shall not pass away until every desolation which I have told you concerning them shall come to pass. Ye say that you know that the end of the world cometh. Ooh, Jesus! You say also that you know that the heavens and the earth shall pass away. And in this you say truly, for so it is, but these things which I have told you shall not pass away until all shall be fulfilled. He then tells you it's the latter days, not the Roman period time. It is not the Jerusalem temple in the latter days. There is none. They're still in ruins. There's a mosque on it. It obviously can't be the Jerusalem temple, the third one. It's the great and abominable Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints of Brigham Young, with the only stone temple as the headquarters temple, with the inverted pentagrams of Lucifer on the keystones of the doors. How did Joseph know? Is he a witch? I'm not a witch, I'm the head of the church. And after what I've just heard, I'm not sure I want to be that anymore. Okay, so it's not here, it's in that other seminary pamphlet or manual about the second coming. Let's see if I can find it. I most likely put it in the file. Okay, here we go. One of these is bigger. Talking about destruction, Microsoft upgrades. We're here to make money! Screw you! Just feel good about it. No, it's not here either. But it does say, Joseph Smith Matthew, Verse 32, the abomination of desolation will be fulfilled a second time. So it's sort of what they're referring to, though not quite, but sort of, kind of. I swear I saw the second temple getting destroyed. Maybe it's in Matthew they made that comment. No, because he foretells the impending destruction of Jerusalem, also discourses on the second coming of the Son of Man. I will know no better then than I know now in hell that I lied to you and got money. I'm going to be so rich. Morley and Morley, ooh. These are the chains of the chains that I was chained. For my greed and selfishness, Ebenezer, these are going to be your chains. I'm going to be so rich, so rich. Even Planet of the Apes. Caesar, he knows, he understands. They can't build your wall, your big, beautiful wall, if you won't feed them, at least. They're gonna die. And then you won't have slaves to build your wall. But I'm gonna be rich! So much money! It's a brilliant plan! Stable genius! So yeah, I'm now confused as to where, because it wasn't where I thought it was. Because I didn't put it in the notes per se, because it's the second temple destruction, but I'm referring to the two, and it wasn't in Matthew. So it must be in section 45 somewhere. I know you're out there somewhere, somewhere. Okay, well, 63 to 75, the saints are commanded to gather and build the New Jerusalem, to which people from all nations will come. And so, yeah, I guess. Let's see if he breaks character here. And yeah, he does break character. He explains it for you that it's not the Jerusalem temple. Well, wait a minute, wait, maybe not. Well, no, yeah, he does. Because 63, ye hear of wars in foreign lands, but behold, I say unto you, they are nigh, even at your doors, and not many years hence you shall hear of wars in your own lands. So that's also from the Matthew 24 thing. And so, wherefore I, the Lord, have said, gather ye out from the eastern lands. So now it's Joseph Smith giving you the interpretation thereof, like the Matthew author did. Assemble ye yourselves together, ye elders of my church. So yes, Joseph Smith does make it very clear that it's not Jerusalem, that it's in America. Go ye forth into the western countries, call upon the inhabitants to repent, and inasmuch as they do repent, build up churches unto me. And with one heart and with one mind, gather up your riches, that you may purchase an inheritance. You're going to be so rich. Now, Stanford, with his treasury of the Jerusalem temple question. proceeded his question about the sacrifice of the sons of Levi, which shall hereafter be appointed unto you, Southern Illinois, and it shall be called the New Jerusalem, a land of peace, a city of refuge, a place of safety for the saints of the Jews. The Most High God, Emmanuel, the Sun God at noonday. And the glory of the Lord shall be there, and the terror of the Lord shall also be there, insomuch that the wicked will not come unto it. And it shall be called Zion. And it shall come to pass that among the wicked, that every Mormon who will not take his sword against his neighbor must needs flee unto Zion for safety. But the doors will be shut, because they did not listen to me. I don't know you. You are a foolish virgin. And there shall be gathered unto it out of every nation under heaven. So, no, it's not stay where you are. God, Mormons. And it shall be the only people that shall not be at war one with another. Okay? So is this any questions needed on this? This is basic Mormonism 101. There will be no temple in Jerusalem. The enemy will make sure of that. Albert Pike said he is going to cause a war between Zionists and Islam to utterly destroy each other. There will be no temple. The Orthodox Jews are looking beyond the mark because of the first creed of Christianity that also got them too. So, what about this destruction? This is why I go over 19 July 1840 with you, because he comments on section 101, verse 51. And the enemy came by night, broke down the hedge, servants of the nobleman arose, that's the living prophets of Jesus, and fled, because they're afraid, sensitive snowflakes, crying, "Oh no, we were going to get so rich." It was a stable genius plan. And the enemy destroyed their works. Give me that money. We have the stable genius plan. That's why you always fail, because somebody's always trying to steal from you. That's why Zion has no monetary system of economy. Wicked don't like that. What? What do you mean you have no monetary system of economy? We've got this cryptocurrency. It's like cloud currency. No, thank you. Come on! All the cool people are doing it. Just this once won't hurt. No one ever needs to know. You're mean. You're judgmental. We don't like you. We're leaving. Bye. And deported Mormons to the bleep hole countries where they didn't come from. Now, do you understand why Trump eyes 2025? No? Still not making any sense, huh? You need to follow me. Kind of vital to your earthly salvation. Now, Idaho Chick and I have had conversations about the design of Zion. And I let her know that it's mountains. Joseph Smith says mountains in 19 July 1840. 2, Zion and New Jerusalem. 2 mountain cities. I wonder why they would come up with 2 mountain cities. I don't know. Probably shouldn't speculate. And that's why I tease Nelson about being a dumbass, creating something brand new out of his bleep hole country. The chief cornerstone of the cornerstone. I fixed that and they deleted it. And Nelson went and said it at conference, which they warned and threatened us multiple times. Do not put your own opinion, only put scriptures. And I did. And made sure to put in a comment, for which he says, well, if you have comments, put them on a separate paper and submit them to us that way. Oh, okay, whatever. James, and I support him, wants Bruce R. McConkie removed from the chapter headings of section, chapter 38. Is it 38 or 36? Confused now, because I said 48 in the video the other day. Genesis 36? No, 30, so it's 38. Tamar, yep, there she is. Yep. See, this is what Bruce R. McConkie put. Judah has 3 sons by a Canaanite woman. And Onan, slain by the Lord. Tamar, as a harlot, bears twins by Judah. She is not a harlot. Judah thinks she's a harlot. And so he pays her to have sex. The abomination of desolation. Which indicates at least the Greek period when this was written. But Sodom and Gomorrah makes it very clear it's the Roman period time of the Qumran community of Jews. We wanted that taken out. Tamar was being obedient to the law. She is not a harlot. Shame on you, Bruce R. McConkie, for your hatred of women. Nonetheless. Okay, so are we ready for... Oops. I saw a cool Filipino movie yesterday. It was in the style of Japan. It was about an evil spirit that possesses people. And in order to kill it, the person must shed their blood on the page of the book with his name and then kill themselves to banish the evil spirit forever. Because the one guy was able to get rid of it, but he didn't really. And it has to be a special dagger. Great entertainment. I really enjoyed the movie. All right, so Jerusalem getting destroyed, as we're now 1 hour and 30 minutes in. Thanks a lot, Idaho Jake. Destroyed. So Joshua, Samuel, Chronicles, Nephi. Put the chapter headings. Not for anything else, just for this. All right. Oh, yep, 214. Yeah, should have known that. Should have known. So they made it to the promised land. They found cows. cows right now in America? Yes. Were they brought over by England? Yes. So what are you complaining about, ex-foe nevermos? The Book of Mormon's true. Why are you picking on Mormons for this? Oh, because Mormons turn this into literal history, not prophecy and revelation of the latter days. Gotcha. But did you know it was prophecy and revelation? No. This is why, since 2023, I was warning you about 9/11s. 2024 added 9th Ave. And I think there was some talk about 9th Ave, but I didn't do a countdown in 2023. And so that's 2023 when I came here. YouTube won't let you know that anymore. It's been deleted from their analytics. I didn't exist. I didn't post any videos. If YouTube doesn't project it, it ain't true. Right, Trump? Who won the election with the projected AI count. Yeah, people are starting to go, wait a minute. Towns are popping up all over the place of blacks who are being sent to the bleep hole country where they didn't come from, saying, I didn't vote for Trump. LGBTQ IAPO plus are being detained and electrocuted. I don't recall voting for Trump. Women, especially women who've been raped. Wait a minute, I didn't vote for Trump. Those at the southern border who are getting deported to a country they didn't come from. Wait, I didn't vote, not even twice on bamboo voting ballots. I definitely didn't vote for Trump. Democrats. My vote counted for the congressperson, but I don't recall voting for Trump. Deep state Dem progressive press. We're pretty sure we cast our vote for Harris. We didn't vote for Trump. What's going on? Swiftie fans who in record numbers registered to vote. They don't recall voting for Trump. Oops, Trump. Remember that art of the deal that you had somebody write for you? Remember the part where when the con is up, time to take the money and run. Exactly. But I've warned that Trump, because of the pressure he's under, of people just not believing him, he's a stable genius. The church put him in, because Mitt Romney's a loser. They shook his hand. They're very friendly. They require 10% of everyone. And I think they should ask for more, because money! We're going to be so rich! It's a brilliant idea. Using the front for food. They have these things that they call grocery carts. I got to push it. Poor people are fun stuff to have to play with. And their food is in cans and boxes and bags. And they have to show an ID in order to buy and to sell. That gives me lots of ideas. I'm going to say them in a rally. Church are my best friends, just like Putin and Hannity. They would never betray me. I warned him, he doesn't listen. Nobody listens to me. It's coming. Trump has to cause a 9/11 red flag event. You know, like blowing off his ear. Of which he was wounded in the White House of his friends. I just can't believe they still are perpetuating that with the 1-year anniversary of the assassination of the firefighter, not Trump. Nobody's investigating the firefighter, and the people, family members are pissed. Why aren't you investigating this? Our father, husband, friend, relative was assassinated. And you're talking about the president being the target? Dear God. But we saw the blood all over his face. Did you see any holes? Did you see any scars? Nope. He's a perfect healer. Just like Jesus healing the centurion's ear when Peter chopped it off. Jesus has the power to heal. It's a miracle. Jesus is true. And AI is our God. AI will tell us the truth of all things and not lie or project from only the previous year. That destroyed Blockbuster. Oh, dear God. We have to hurry up because I'm about to need to take a station identification break and we're at the end. Lehi is not Lehi. He is the man like Moses. And he is talking about having a vision, similar to me, in which I know that Jerusalem, is it Jerusalem? No, because they give you the dates. It's obviously not Jerusalem. Is destroyed. Joseph Smith makes this very clear. These are all about Mormons. Jerusalem is Salt Lake City. Mormons feel safe in Salt Lake City. Mormons feel safe in Salt Lake City. And in this morning's video, I reminded you guys, if you listened, that despite the enemy thinking they're going to not fulfill the prophecies, in so doing, they fulfill the prophecies. Me. Because I want to retire. I want to quit, live my life. No, I get inspired. And the inspiration just happens to be the prophecy of the day and the hour. It always happens. Line upon line, precept upon precept, all these years, all these videos, with the assistance of those who likewise are studying their scriptures, who understand that the Book of Mormon is not literal history, who understand the Bible is not literal history, who understand Joseph is not literal history. It's all about the latter day saints. That's kind of why it's in the name. There just wasn't any Jesus in the name under Joseph. This destruction occurred on 9th Ave. Babylon came in 17th of Tammuz, and then 2 days before, on the 7th of Av, is the invasion. They break the walls. And then 2 days later, they reach the temple and burn it to the ground. Not a single stone left. Now, obviously, there's the Wailing Wall stones. But the temple, it's just a platform. Jerusalem was destroyed by Babylon on 9th Ave. And then, in like timing, in 70 CE, Rome finally destroyed the Jerusalem temple. Same exact bat time. Same bat channel. Batman. Holy cow, Batman! Bam, wham, pow! Kapow! Great classics in analog television history. Catwoman. Meow. She was Dorcas on 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. She was in her underwear. Sovereign women. Heavenly eyes and just the right size. She's the one for me. Of course, she's as old as my grandmother. She's now dead. My mom joked about naming Tabitha Dorcas. I don't know if Tabitha knows that. My mom at least told me, so she may have told Tabitha that Dad threatened Mom to name me Vincent or Quentin, otherwise she'll have to accept his choice for my baby name meaning. Right, Nelson? Travis, with Wayne as the middle name. Same name as my father. And the same name. Second Nephi chapter 3, verse 15. So, 9th Ave. And so when I got inspired in 2023 for 9/11, it was also in the context of the Danites, The Book of Mormon got started on 9/11, 1826, in Canandaigua, New York. Joseph Smith Sr. was the Master Mason. There is no debate. It's an established fact of American history. Mormons do not want you to know this because it disproves Joseph as a witch. Joseph Smith used a rock and a hat and made stuff up, and now we have the Book of Mormon, which is sacred scripture, just like porn is sacred. So we cover it up and hide it. And so yes, the Mountain Meadows Massacre, 9/11, 1857. 9/11. Also 47 is an Illuminati number. The enemies of the Jews know about 9th Ave. They know it's the original 9/11. They know. That is their secret code to destroy. They know America is the New Jerusalem, but they're letting evangelicals believe that Jesus is coming any day now. Quick, go to Israel. Those mean old Israelis won't let us have the visas approved to go and live in Israel right now. Mike Huckabee to the rescue. We want to go see Jesus convert the Jews. We're not extremists. No, we're true. Right, Mormons? What? What do you mean we're not true? You're the ones who are true. What? Right here in the Book of Mormon, 9th Ave. So, the enemy watches my videos. They're the only ones who do. All 65 years of age and older. Living prophets of Jesus have been watching me the whole time. We tricked you, Travis. You thought it was the 70 in their 50s. Lies. Lies. Fake news. We gotcha. We rewrote your analytics. Now you have the truth. This is why the enemy destroys communication, destroys records, destroys information, destroys books. Fahrenheit 451. To cut off communication right before an attack. And in this particular case, it's a nuclear explosion attack. That's why the Iran thing was a distraction for you. So the only way that this is going to backfire is if Trump is the one who's going to do the destruction. Which he may. Thus, he's not getting my letters because he's the one causing them. Church isn't the ones who are deciding. I'm the decider. Mission accomplished. 1,000 points of light. My daddy was arrested as a KKK Klansman in a rally in Queens, New York. My little voices on both shoulders is Stephen Miller, a neo-Nazi. We're making America Nazi. Those sensitive snowflake deep state Dems. easily triggered. Okay? So does that help you understand Idaho Chick? Or did you get offended and leave? This is the warning voice of the Book of Mormon. This is the warning voice of Joseph Smith. This is my warning voice. The church is the enemy. They're behind it all. They're going to destroy everybody. Book of Mormon says 9th Ave. Book of Mormon has been right on every other date. Except for the test run, because Oaks changed it. 3rd Nephi chapter 7. And so, I do wonder. Because nobody in the world is going to know about 9th Ave. Everybody will know if it's on 9/11. Everybody will know if it's on the 4th of July. Everybody will know if it's on the 20th of January. Certain key dates that everybody knows. You know, so they can't do it on that date. They've got to keep people guessing and speculating. Well, let's see. If we take the birth date of Jeffrey Epstein, subtract it from that of Giselle Maxwell, and we add in Trump's date when he was in his hotel with the horse-faced lady who smacked him with its own Forbes magazine that he lied to them about getting in the Forbes magazine, when his wife just had a baby, Baron, and the marvelous adventures of Baron Trump, the last president. It gives us this date. Now do you understand why everybody gets the wrong date for the latter days? Here, Joseph Smith Sr., the man, gets it. And I've done the videos. He was part of the New Israelites. The wood scrape, he got it wrong. And here, Joseph Smith Sr., who was a part of that, or knew of it, still, on 9/11/1826, has the 116 pages already written by William Morgan, and then Junior makes a copy of it to read it from his book in a hat, plates in a hat, to Martin Harris with the underwear to cover up and hide, who then steals his copy of the 116 pages. The second copy. And so Senior had to rewrite it. And he is just brilliant. He gives you the date for my coming, 23rd September 2017. And I don't think Idaho Chick is accepting that. There is no Jesus, dear. No Jesus. There is only Zool. 6 feet above her covers. I am the Keymaster. I am the Gatekeeper. Section 103. Joseph Smith decodes all scripture for you. As I have already done, it's already been obvious. Nonetheless, I have to keep repeating stuff for people. Redemption of Zion, the latter days, in America. Therefore I will raise up unto Mormons a man who shall lead Mormons like as Moses. For Mormons are the children of Israel, and they are being held in bondage by the great and abominable Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who they will come and burn the world with an extermination event, and thus the need for parents to embrace their children and children to their parents, so that the human race may continue in Zion. because everybody else is going to murder everybody. In Exodus, Moses is the Jewish Christ. Joseph Smith says, the Mormon, me, did you run the test? Come on, Idaho chick, run the test. Section 107, 91 and 92. The head of the church is the man like Moses. It's not Nelson, is it? He fails. Mormons are upset by this. I am the one. And I'm deeply concerned. Book of Mormon warns of the potential for utter destruction of everybody, that nobody survives, that I am going to be left wandering the earth trying to escape from being murdered myself, that there will be no Zion. The church wants that. That's why they've backed off after their Mother's Day attack, and then there was another attack after that, but for the most part, they've backed off because Trump is no longer the test run. So they know Trump is going to do it. So they're hoping Trump will do it. Trump is not doing it as quickly as they wanted Trump to do it, but nonetheless, Trump is doing it. And I say these things because I'm him. Or shall I say, I am that I am. And I don't think anybody is making that connection. When that was coming up, and when it happened, I then changed the thumbnail picture for you guys. I am that I am from Exodus, fulfilled on that lunar eclipse. Did you catch it when I did this past week the parable of the 10 virgins? That's the final of the foolish virgins. Was that lunar eclipse where I tell Mormons I am that I am. I am him. And I was wounded in the house of my White House friends. In my hands, and Joseph Smith adds feet. Bing, ding, ding. Correct. Joseph is true. Trying to help you guys out. You're not listening. You're not getting it. So I have no idea how it's going to happen. I just know it's going to happen. I know the dates of when it's supposed to happen. The enemy tries not to make it happen on those dates and somehow ends up making it happen on those dates. Right, Ballard? Right, Monson? Right, Perry Packer Scott? Hales. So, ignore me at your own peril. And nobody's listening. I'm talking to an empty room. On the internet, being silenced.